The literal meaning of intercultural understanding, if you want, is basically understanding yourself and understanding what your cultural being is and who you are as a person, regardless of, just nationality, race, or ethnicity. And it's also about understanding others as well and realizing what are the, commonalities, but at the same time, what are the differences, and learning to embrace all of those. That's a good question. I've always been interested in different things. I've always been interested to understand a bit more why people, behave in a certain way or how people act. And because of my love and my passion for traveling as well, it got me to kind of become a bit more curious when it came to, understanding the whole intercultural world. And through my experiences and through my encounters with people, I slowly started to, find that passion, or find there was something inside of me that started, ticking, and it was like, okay, so what is this all about? Why do people think this way? How come I come from a place that's different from someone else? Or, when I meet someone, I feel like, oh, that's something new and I love it. And so my curiosity and my love for exploration as well kind of opened that door into the whole intercultural world. And when the opportunity presented itself for me to, tap into it a bit further, I just took it. I knew this question was coming, but I know that it's very hard for me to answer. I think one of the most important things that my parents did while we were growing up is that they instilled the concept of respect. And so we grew up learning to, respect absolutely everyone, no matter where they're from, no matter what their status is. And we learn to empathize. And I totally give credit to them as well for that, because of those two concepts, which are, respect and empathy, I grew up to really accept people for who they are. And I grew up to, think twice before I say something that might be a bit judgmental. I'm not saying I don't have, my own set of stereotypes, or I don't have my own set of judgments. Of course I do, and this is completely normal for anyone. But having the background of, hey, respect whoever is in front of you, kind of shifted or played a very big role with me growing up. And at the same time, I think that the essence of living in a place where, your parents are open-minded, and when I say open-minded, I mean open-minded in a sense that, they're open to different concepts, they have conversations with you, they stir up your mind, and all of this played a very big role in how I see the world. And at the same time, when my love for exploration and traveling came in, it kind of helped a bit more, because I was then exposed to new things that I was always bringing back home, and conversations were always around those different topics. So it allowed me to really kind of expand my horizon and my mindset, and not just stick to one specific thing. I have had a lot of transformational moments, but I think the one that I once spoke about is when I first traveled to Africa. It was my first time. I was in my early 20s. I had dealt with a lot of different people before, but it was the first time that I actually go on a solo trip completely by myself, and I was staying at a volunteer house. And in that volunteer house, there was the volunteer mom, who is a very good friend of mine right now. And I wanted to leave the house and I wanted to leave my room. And so what I did is I locked my room and I left. And when I got back, the first thing this person says is, "Hey, Steph, can I have a word with you?" And she was very, understanding and very, very sweet. And I said, "Sure, what's up?" And she's like, "It's a very safe place. It's a safe house, and you can trust us. You don't necessarily have to lock your door when you leave the room." And I felt this big. I literally felt like I was so embarrassed. How was I able to make this person who's so, welcoming and so loving and so caring feel like I don't trust them just because of my own preconceived judgments or my own stereotypes? And I think that was the moment where I realized two main things. One, that I need to think twice before I make a step or act in a certain way that might really offend someone else. But two, this was the moment that I had my intercultural kind of mind shift. And that's when I decided, okay, whenever I go to a place or whenever I meet someone, I really want to kind of dig deep and understand where they're coming from, their background, their history, and then learn how to deal with them. And, just go in with an open mind and see how it is. So yeah, it's an embarrassing moment, but we got it through.